it recommendable to have children at this time? I mean, at this time, what is the sign for stop having children? Matthew 24, verse 19, woe to those who are pregnant and are nursing.
This is something for Kenneth, because I've had 4 children already. So
yeah, no, I don't really know what to say. It is an individual question, and I think the last 35 years I've been a Seventh-day Adventist. Evil, wickedness has just increased all over, all around, and I think the closer we come to the second coming of Christ, the less good reasons there are to have kids. But I shouldn't warn people who are planning to have kids. It's probably the most wonderful thing in the world, and Alan can give testimony to that. So it is a very individual question. We must search the Lord, pray to him, and find out what is the right thing. Because Alan has been very clever, because he was enthusiastic as an Adventist, but he was cloning himself, and he had 2 sons who is doing exactly the same job as he himself has been doing. So it's very nice to multiply yourself from an evangelistic point of view. But we cannot be certain that our kids will follow in our footsteps. And if they don't follow in our footsteps, it's going to be a double pain to us.
I think, like Kenneth, it's very hard to say, but I think when you see the Sunday law discussion, as I remember I said this in my last meeting, when there's a discussion about the Sunday law, and this will take some time, we do not know how long, but when this discussion is there, I would not get kids at that period of time, because that's the time when you have small kids.
Yeah, and these kind of questions, there is one verse, a couple of verses in the Bible that actually give a good answer to it. And that is found in Romans chapter 12, verse 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. Romans chapter 12, verse 1 and 2. Because Alan and I, we cannot make decisions for people to have kids or not have kids. It is something that each one needs to consider very, very carefully. And there it says, Romans chapter 12, verse 1, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. No, that is washing your robes, among other things. Verse 2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. So when we surrender to the Lord, when we give him our will, then he will enlighten us about what is his will in our lives. So it's we are on much safer ground when we are surrendered to the Lord and ask him what we should do in our lives. So this is something individual for each one of us to do.
This is a very good answer. And can I just tell you that in Matthew chapter 24, verse 19, it speaks about infant children. So it doesn't say here in the Bible, in Matthew chapter 24, verse 19, that you cannot have small children that can walk themselves or something like that. So this is speaking about children that you have to carry around. And this gives us some opening. I hope you can see that if you do not see any discussion about the Sunday law right now, it doesn't seem like it's going to come any, then at least you have some time, you see. But if you have the discussion all going around and the date is coming closer and closer to the Sunday law in America, that will not be a smart time to get pregnant, I would think. But anyway, I have, since we had 4 children, I just have to tell you that it's a great responsibility, and it's a great experience, and it's fantastic to have kids. But you as a parents, it will it'll put you under a big stress if even if the kids, they are 3 or 4 or 5 years old and this time will come. Of course, it will be big stress.
Yeah.
So I agree 100% with Kenneth that we really have to search and ask the Lord for guidance there.